Good morning students. This is Sheba. Now we are going to discuss about Medical Electronics Unit 2 Biochemical and Non-Electrical Parameter Measurement. In our previous session we have discussed about pH, PO2, PCO2 and calorimeter measurement. And in this session we are going to discuss about auto analyzers. The auto analyzer is an automated analyzer using a flow technique called continuous flow analysis, which you can clearly see in this diagram. Moving to the purpose of this auto analyzers, they are sequentially measures the blood chemistry through a series of steps like mixing or reagent reaction and calorimeter measurement. Hematology analyzers are used to count and identify blood cells at high speed and accuracy. There are two types of auto analyzers, namely continuous as well as segmented flow analyzer. There are different modules including sampler, pump, mixing coil, optional sample treatments, dialysis, distillation, heating, etc. And also a detector and data generators are available. Most continuous flow analyzers depends on color reactions through a flow through calorimeter. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation of auto analyzers, which include sampler for setting the samples and mixing or proportioning pump to in which reagents are mixed with the samples, and also cleaner for cleaning the blood samples or else any other liquid samples. And from that it is moved to dialyzers, which removes the waste and gives the needed value or needed liquid portion into the heating bath. Heating bath adds blood heat to the blood and it is sensitive to the calorimeter. The calorimeter measures the variations in the blood sample and it is recorded in the graphic recorder. And also artificial air bubbles are injected in the mixing proportioning unit for maintaining the liquid content in a proper proportion. There are continuous flow and segmented flow analysis. In continuous flow, the reagents are continuously mixed in the samples, whereas in the segmented flow, it is splitted into segments and reagents are mixed based on the purpose needed. Auto analyzers. Here you can see the real-time auto analyzer, how it is available. Sampler, proportional pump, calorimeter and printers are also available. Various types of auto analyzers are given below. And here, various parameters of the patient can also be validated. Moving to the blood flow meters. These blood flow meters are nothing but analyzing the flow across the blood. That is, there are various types. You can see here how this blood flow meter is used. Two electrodes are fixed in the human body, in any other portion like hand, leg, etc. One acts as a delivery electrode and second one acts as the dispersive electrode. From the collected electrical signals, the measurement output parameter variations are calculated, which is connected to the display unit like PC or CRO, etc. There are many types of blood flow meters like electromagnetic blood flow meters, which measures the instantaneous pulsated flow of blood, and it works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. The voltage induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of conductor. The conductive blood is the moving conductor. Here you can see how this electromagnetic blood flow meters works. You can see the electrode transducer is touching the human body, and the blood flow velocity and variations in the velocity and amount of Doppler shifted wave frequency received, based on that value the changes are measured. And then here the value of induced EMF is calculated using the formula E is equal to integral of 0 to L1 U into B into dl. B is the magnetic flux density and L is the length between the electrodes which we are fixing. U is the instantaneous velocity of the blood. There are many types of electromagnetic blood flow meters like DC and AC flow meters. In AC flow meters, the error recovery is achieved by using several different waveforms for magnet current, and here you can see magnetic blood flow meters are also available. These magnetic blood flow meters are nothing but the frequency response is received, and the oscillator which drives the magnet provides control signal for the gauge and operates at a frequency between 60 to 400 Hz. Ultrasonic blood flow meters are also available. A beam of ultrasonic energy is used to measure the velocity of flowing blood. There are two types, namely transit time flow meters and Doppler type. In transit time flow meters, ultrasonic transducers are placed in both sides, and variations from one side to another describes the value. T is equal to distance divided by conduction velocity. D is the distance between the transducers. T is the transit time. C is the sound velocity, and U is the blood flow velocity. As the name suggests, ultrasonic is nothing but it works based on the sound velocity. In transit time blood flow meters, the pulsed beam is directed through the blood vessel at a shallow angle and its transit time is measured. In Doppler type ultrasonic blood flow meters, you can see here how it is placed from one side to another side. A transducer sends an ultrasonic beam with frequency F into the flowing blood, and the received back signal, reflected signal, is calculated by using the formula Fd is equal to 2f0 u into cos theta divided by c, where Fd is the Doppler frequency shift, f0 is the source frequency, u is the target velocity, and c is the velocity of sound. So this is about the auto analyzers and blood flow meters. Moving to cardiac output measurement, the cardiac output is defined as the volume of blood ejected from the left ventricle per minute. It is determined by heart rate, myocardial contractility, and preload and afterload. Inadequate cardiac output, even with adequate hemoglobin concentration and oxygen saturation, will result in cellular hypoxia and eventual loss of cellular viability. Cardiac output is generally measured by using the formula CO is equal to SP into HR. SP is the stroke volume, HR is the heartbeat, that is heart rate. Stroke volume is the amount of blood circulated by the heart with each beat. Heartbeat is the count of the number of times the heart beats per minute. For example, if you take the stroke volume as 70 ml per beat and heartbeat as 70 beat per minute, then cardiac output will be 4900 ml per minute. Decrease in this cardiac output is due to low blood pressure, reduced tissue oxygenation, poor renal function, shock, and acidosis. And cardiac output measurements are done using the following methods like Doppler echocardiography, dilution methods, Fick's principle, which is the traditional method most widely used, non-invasive modifications of Fick's method, impedance change method. This Doppler echocardiography is the procedure that uses Doppler ultrasonography to examine the heart. An echocardiogram uses high-frequency sound waves to create an image of the heart, while the uses of the Doppler technology allows the determination of speed and direction of blood flow by utilizing the Doppler effect. It results in increased as well as decreased anxiety, that is rapid changes in heartbeat. Cardiac output measurements using Fick's method, this is nothing but it finds the amount of marker substance taken by the organ per unit time, concentration of the marker substance in arterial blood supplying the oxygen, and concentration of marker substance in venous blood leaving the oxygen. So based on the variations in the marker substance which is injected into artificially injected into the organ for finding the cardiac output. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation of this Fick method to measure the blood flow. How it is injected? It is injected using the spirometer into the heart, and the blood variations and the amount of liquid, that is marker substance taken, determines the flow of blood. Cardiac output is equal to oxygen consumption divided by arteriovenous oxygen difference. Moving to the indicator dilution method, here a method for measuring blood volume. A known amount of substance that dissolves freely in the blood but does not leave the capillaries in injected intravenously. So in this method, how much indicator solution is observed is calculated. When a quantity that is m0 of an indicator is added to volume V of the blood, the resulting concentration C of the indicator, that is C is equal to m0 by V, determines the value of the blood flow. When an additional quantity m of indicator is then added, the incremental increase in a concentration del C is equal to m divided by V. So this method uses rapid injection and also it includes dye dilution and thermodilution. In dye dilution, indocyanine green cardiogreen dye is injected, whereas in thermodilution, cold saline injected into the blood in order to find the variation, thermal variation, temperature variation in pulmonary artery. Here you can see the dye dilution method, how it calculates the cardiac output, and also the thermal dilution method. Here cold saline solution is injected and the variation of the thermal value is found. Finally, the impedance technique, here cardiac output is measured electronically. 4 electrode probes are used around the thorax. Electrode pair 1 4 and 2 3. 1 4 act as current electrode, whereas 2 3 picks voltage across the thorax. If rho is the resistivity, then L is the cross sectional length taken. Resistance will be calculated as R is equal to rho into L divided by A. For thorax volume, it is calculated as rho L square divided by R. This is the impedance method visual representation, how the electrodes are placed and output is taken. So this is about the content of presentation regarding the cardiac output measurement and also blood flow meter and auto analyzers. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. And also regarding the real-time application, as I have said, this cardiac output measurement, auto analyzers and blood flow meters plays a very major role in the real-time application. In every disease diagnosis, every cardiac output disease diagnosis, even sudden stroke diagnosis plays a major role in the real-time, and all these are done practically by using this electronic equipments which we are developing. This is about the topic which we have discussed now regarding the content of presentation. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.